Hello,
Poggers.
Pog. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Uh, how you doing?
I am very good. It's great to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of your content. Usually, like my girlfriend will put it on while we're watching YouTube in bed and stuff like that. So yeah, I've enjoyed your streams and your videos. They're pretty good.
Really, you've been watching me like that's wild. I did not expect you all appreciated the content like that. That is honestly very touching. That you and of your size and of your acumen have been enjoying that. So I'm thank you. Honestly, very touching.
No, you make good content. I'm glad that I'm glad that you're glad. I I've actually wait, are you on Twitch right now? I'm actually curious.
Yeah, I'm on
Oh
Twitch.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no
yeah.
so no N words, okay? Not yet.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. I do the same meme when I bring people on. Yeah, no. I like your stuff quite a bit. I think you've got a pretty cool. You're pretty funny too. But you've got a pretty good way of talking about what you talk about and just generally expressing your opinion on things, and I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much. I too love your content. I've been watching for about 2 years now, if I remember correctly. So
Damn.
yeah, but I did want to bring you here today to talk about lefties getting into the commentary community and reaching out to other audiences, because I think that's something that you said that you talked about you really wanted to do, and that's kind of where I wanted to take my content in the future if I haven't already. So what do you think about how like the lefty space when it comes to content creation is, and where we can move forward to reaching out to other audiences?
Yeah, no, I think it's actually a really, really good idea. It's one of my biggest goals in the future is to try to reach out to these other communities, things like the drama community, the commentary community, even the gaming community, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, is really important because, well, politics is important. And I feel like these are all groups that unfortunately are very prone to falling into reactionary content or political beliefs. And I kind of want to get to those people with leftist or at least progressive beliefs before they get into the reactionary stuff. Because I feel like, and I'm pretty sure you might agree with me on this. Do you ever get the feeling that these communities that are like edgy commentary types sort of thrive on like a disaffected feeling of with politics?
Yeah, that's what it's kind of like I just want to grill, but it's kind of like I just want to
Mhm.
game. I don't want to think about like trans people or black people in my shit, and I'm tired of people saying that I can't use the R slur or something. So now my only politics is I hate liberals and I hate politics.
Yeah. Well, like at least in the beginning, it seems like most of these people are at the level of like, I just want to grill or I just want to game. And
Yeah.
it's very easy to get to those people to be on the level of I hate liberals once you start showing them, well, actually, the libs and the leftists, they're trying to change your video games. They're trying to make them progressive and push an agenda. So I feel like reaching those people before they get into that kind of, political content is really important.
Yeah, it really is. I really think that one thing to really tell people, because some commentary, some I don't know if you pull from anybody in particular when it comes to the sort of like commentary community, like commentary content that you'd like to make. For me, it's D'Angelo Wallace. I think he does a really good job. Noel Miller, Cody Co. That's the sort of content in that vein, if you know what I'm talking about. That I pull a lot of inspiration from them for how I want to edit my content in the future. And I feel like them and also a bunch of other people who do commentary, lots of them, even though some they're a little bit of reactionary, they get so close to what the real problem is. If you know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to like the GME stuff, where they're like, oh wait, these big ballers and high rollers, they're playing by really different rules, and I mean sometimes those rules can be justified, but they have so much money and so much capital. I mean even the hedge fund that they were targeting, they were able to sell half their company and be able to just keep on rolling with 70, even going like 70 million or 70 million dollars in debt. I feel like they get so close, but they don't make that leap into what's really the problem. Like they say, a lot of the problems with gaming right now is It's like lots of people who were actually making problems and not like looking at my bad, making positing solutions and not just looking at problems. Lots of their solutions are like, oh, it's the liberals or whatever. But the people who are looking at problems, I really think that we could help them and us, when we get into this sort of community, make that leap from this is the problem and here's the solution. Like when it comes to overworking like devs, that's a massive problem. I mean, just look at Cyberpunk, right? How that game was supposed to be massive, and then all of a sudden it was a massive stinky wet fart when it came out, after it got delayed a couple of times, after it was crunch after crunch after crunch after crunch for these poor devs working 16-hour shifts. I mean, how about a worker co-op? How about unions? How about these sorts of things that actually make it level the playing field for these billion-dollar companies and make games actually have passion to them and not just be siphons for money, right?
Yeah, no, you're completely right. I've said this for quite a while. The right and the perpetuity of their beliefs is based entirely on a misunderstanding of issues that everybody can recognize, right?
Yeah.
So even like outside of the online culture war type stuff, when we talk about real world issues that push people to the right, we talk about something like immigration and job loss. The right blames the lowering of pay, the raising of cost of living, things like that. They blame immigrants, or
Yeah.
illegal immigrants, I should say. Leftists acknowledge the same problem exists, but we blame capitalism and we blame people not getting a living wage or the commodification of housing, things like that. So it's literally a
Oh my
matter
gosh,
of
thank
getting
you
to
so
these
much for the
people
gifted subs,
first,
everybody.
explaining to
Thank
them,
you.
yes, we know what the problem is. We understand what you're dealing with, but what the right is telling you is not what's causing it, nor is what the right telling you to do a solution. This is what is.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I know you got jumped on by, who was it, Optimus, when you first expressed
Oh
that you
yeah.
wanted to reach out by the commentary community. How was that?
I actually did. I mean, I might have. I don't remember because it's been a while. I think I
Yeah.
got like some shit from Optimus fans.
Mm-hmm.
But Optimus's video was like pretty bad. In terms of like, and I don't really blame him for this. Like, to be fair, the clip that Optimus saw was like very clip chimped, and I could have spoken better in that. I didn't think that that particular clip was going to get a ton of attention. It was in a completely unrelated video, or I don't think it was even in a video. I think it was just
Yeah.
in the stream VOD, and someone clipped it and spread it around. I thought this was just gonna be something like for me and my chat to talk about. So I was like memeing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna Metal Gear infiltrate the commentary drama community. But people saw that and ascribed some like really like a lot of malice to my intentions,
Mm-hmm.
when my entire goal, which I ended up sort of iterating on more, was I just want to talk to people in other communities that aren't leftist politics. So they want to talk to me. You know, that was basically all
Yeah.
I said. Um, but when it came to Optimus, his arguments in his video were very easy to debunk. So I feel like while I did get a lot of hate comments, most of the people who stumbled across my channel and went to my video responding to him, because I got like DMs from them, actually ended up, if they actually watched it and didn't just come to leave a dislike and a hate comment, they end up messaging me saying, "You actually made a lot of sense. I really like Optimus. I just think that like he didn't," and they would like, you know, say, "I don't think Optimus thought about that, like thought about posting that enough," and you know how it is, right? They would still kind of defend him, but it was like they thought I made sense. So I actually didn't get a ton of hate for that, but there are still people that I see spreading that around as like a gotcha on me, but it doesn't really seem to work.
Yeah, I mean, I even be coming from someone who is like an avid fan of someone, and even they go to the person that they were shitting on and be like, "Hey, you made a couple of points," you know. Even having them be able to like type out that the person that they were watching or came from did something wrong or that they disagree with, that's a really big step to cracking to cracking in there and having them change their politics, which we would like to do at the end of the day, is have them change their politics for a better future for everyone. I think would be really good, because I feel like a lot of leftists have a lot of problems reaching out to normal people with normal language that normal human beings can understand, if you know what I mean. I think we've all spent enough time on like Twitter threads to understand that everything's a problem. I mean, like even today there was like big threads going around about how cis people can't be allies to trans people or something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
I don't.
sparked that drama.
Yeah, and I don't want to like talk for any trans people here, but I'm pretty sure most of them would be like. Not only do I think cis people can be, I think they all should be. We want all of them to be allies, right? All of them, so we stop getting murdered. That'd be fun for everyone. I think personally, and one thing that I think is a really big problem for lots of people, and I'm not sure if you have any off the cuff solutions, is cracking people out of being disaffected, right? So being
Yeah.
disaffected is like really one thing. Moving someone into the position of wanting to do something, actual action, is difficult for everybody. I think they're like social researchers that have been on that for forever, for trying to get people to actually interact and actually do something. So what do you think the best way is to pull someone from I just want to grill to let's make a change?
Yeah, so that's like one of the biggest problems that I have. I think there's a couple of ways to do it. Now, typically, what you'd want to do is try to get on their level and find out what they actually care about.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everyone is a full-on griller. Everybody has something they care
Yeah,
about.
there's something you care
Um,
about in your life.
yeah, so you try to appeal to them through that. And if there truly is nothing that they care about, that they're willing to sort of exert any amount of effort to try to change or influence, then you want to get them interested through appealing to them through something like comedy. I think comedy is probably one of the best ways to appeal to people and
Yeah.
get them interested in politics, right? Because someone who doesn't care about politics probably does care about dunking on dumb people or
Yes.
people who say dumb shit. So that's one of the best ways I feel like to reach people is be like, hey, look at this dumb conservative. Let's make fun of them as I show off how wrong and dumb they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a good way of getting people into politics as well.
Yeah, they're wrong and dumb, and I'm big brain and smart. And you love being big brain, right? All right, my boys, we got two big heads, all right, and they're both pulsating right now. So I think I think that is a really good way. For me, I think like where these commentary shows, what they do right now, they give off a lot of information, and it's like really funny, and they can address a lot of the problems. But if we can do that but also provide solutions in there, because when you go to people and you're like, hey, I just want to grill, and then we point out, oh, your grill's falling apart, it's all rusty, it's raggedy, the wheels are broken, and hey, we should fix this. You want to grill, I want you to grill, everybody wants to grill. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want the time to have the fruits of our labor and be able to actually be able to all grill, right? To be able to express yourself. That's what for that freedom. That's what socialism is about. To actually have fundamental freedom to be able to do the things that you like. So I think being able to express that to people in a way that they can enjoy and appreciate that, how commentary, I don't think commentary is going anywhere anytime soon. It just would require some more people with some more action in there. And I think being like, hey, you just want to grill, I want you to grill too. But to get from here to there, from the old raggedy to a nice king of the hill, the propane just glistening grill. Because you want good games, I want good games, right? I think that this could all come together and we could help each other in this way. I'm not trying to take anything from you. I don't want to make you look bad. I don't want I don't want to cancel you. Okay, I want everybody to be kind to each other. I want everybody to have freedom. I want everybody to be able to enjoy what they enjoy, as long as they're not hurting anybody. I also think that'd be a really good way to reach out to people, because if you can tell them, hey, listen, these games, you're right, they suck. But they don't suck because of the liberal SJW, neo-Marxist, homo-fascist, postmodern femboys are infiltrating these games and injecting all of the workers with like the estrogen juice. It's because capitalism and always fiending for money over actually making good content. I really think that'd be a great way to reach them right now, and other people as
Absolutely.
well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's I've been saying that for a while. You kind of have to appeal to them in a way that attracts them. You were actually saying earlier, when it comes to getting into like the commentary and drama community, I would say one figure who is very infamous that has his foot in both these communities and unfortunately has a lot of power in those communities is Keemstar.
Oh
He,
yeah.
I would say he's a pretty big roadblock to leftists getting involved in these communities because the guy's very, like, I don't know where he is politically. It's definitely on the right leaning side, but
Yeah.
sometimes he'll like do a moderately left leaning take or center leaning take, and it's like I think he's just kind of an asshole. So he
Mhm.
takes a position that an asshole would take. Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just
and
wakes
so
up in the morning and is just like, what would a piece of shit do? And then he writes it down and then he just follows through with it.
yeah, it's really fucking crazy. Like I think I've gotten into probably like 20 Twitter fights with GameStar, and I will say I think I've ratioed him every single time. So I'm very
Hey,
proud of that.
let's
Um,
go.
yeah, I think like the most recent one is because I ended up ratioing Keemstar again because he was like throwing around the clip of me saying that I was going to infiltrate the commentary community. And then I ended up quote tweeting him and making him look like an idiot. He got ratioed. And then below that, oh yeah, my girlfriend's in chat as well. It's Illumalani VTG.
Yeah, we love
Um,
Lonnie.
yeah, she actually managed to ratio him as well. But I ratioed Keemstar, and then I commented below it. This is something you never want to do, by the way. You don't want to piss off these communities because then they're gonna be less likely to listen to you.
Mhm.
So just try to. Unfortunately, you kind of have to wear kid gloves with these griller gamer types.
Yeah, they don't
I think
forget
I
either.
ended up no, they don't. No, they hold on to that shit forever. I think I like commented. This is after I ratioed him, by the way. I think I commented below. We ratio Keemstar in the name of Etika because if you're aware of Etika, I think we all know what Keemstar did with that.
Yeah,
And then a bunch of Keemstar fans got because they thought I was trying to use Etika's death to get clout, and it was like, no,
no, that's
I already
crazy.
ratioed Keemstar. I just liked Etika and hate Keemstar, so I'm just gonna dedicate this ratioing to him.
Yeah.
And people got mad about it. So you gotta wear kid gloves with a lot of these gamer types.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. They hold grudges, they don't forget, and then they like to shut down rather than actually engage. I think it's a big part of being like super disaffected. Yeah, I mean, Keemstar. I remember what did he say? I think he said he was in a fight with H3H3, and then he told all of his people to go say like "death to all Jews" to H3H3. Since
Did he?
him. Yeah, yeah. There's like some video where I know on the like H3 podcast they have the soundbite where Keemstar he does his classic Twitter video, and then he's just like everybody he did the same thing with that one black guy a while ago, but yeah, he's like, he's a fucking, and then N-word. But yeah, he was just like, all right, everybody go to H3 and say death to all Jews. Just go ahead. So I actually don't understand what's wrong with him. I do think he just politically identifies as a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to reach like around him and, because he actually does the same thing that Tucker Carlson does, I think. Like in the middle of Tucker Carlson talking about how we should like exterminate trans people or something, he'll say like big business bad and they treat people bad and that's bad and I'm good. He'll and then be, the lefties will clap like seals on Twitter and be like how base it is. We just do that, but like tell people there's more here than just dunks, right? Let's actually like change the world. Because I mean, as fun as the dunks are, I'd rather not be dunking. I'd rather be grilling, right? Just like you, I want to grill.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I think yeah, with the Keemstar thing,
I'm still surprised he's
like
not banned from everything, honestly.
no, yeah, me too. I think well, he was, but now he's like technically not banned because he's on YouTube as a different thing. He's like working for Drama Alert. Technically, it's like a big loophole.
Yeah,
But
where he got banned personally, and then he's like, "Well, I'm working for another company, and I don't know the channel. They just like I'm just the complete star and have complete ownership, and I'm the only person that you ever see."
yeah, no, it's just a loophole completely. He's bullshitting it. But
Yeah,
like you said before, with Tucker Carlson and Keemstar, there is a big similarity, though. Similarity there. And that's in they're both marketing geniuses. As much as I hate them both, they know exactly how to manipulate. I guess you could call it cancel culture to
yeah,
make as much money as possible and as much profit as possible. I think it was Devin Nash. He did like a really good video on cancel culture. That's not like the, oh, cancel culture bad or whatever thing. It's a marketing analysis. And he talks about how Donald Trump, Keemstar, and whatnot use negative talk about them to garner publicity and success. It's called earned advertising or
Yeah.
earned media, sorry, where any talk about you is good talk about you because it's getting you more attention.
Yeah.
And that's how Keemstar propped up his career.
Wow. That is it is pretty wild right now how these big media sites, cuz I'm not sure if you heard, but lots of people were like shitting on Parler and lots of people were shitting on Facebook, but a lot of the Capitol rioting was actually organized on Twitter. But people just kind of like let that go. Twitter didn't get as much heat, nowhere near as much heat as Parler did. But yeah, lots of it happened on Twitter, and you know, with Kenosha, they were planning it on Facebook, but they run off of controversy. They run off of these algorithms. They run off of all of it, and then they want to promote it to more people. If QAnon is something big and it gets people to like a video and click notifications and comment 12 times under it, they're just going to be recommending it to everybody in that area. We still have to be able to break through that pipeline. I don't think the pipeline isn't as big as it was now, but I feel like there are a whole lot more smaller ones that can grow out of control sometimes, kind of like how QAnon did, and with like 8kun and everything. And I just think it's so wild right now that wine moms in suburbia are sitting on 4chan and 8kun right now, waiting for the next Q drop. It's just, and how worrying it is that because you talked about, I was thinking about this earlier while I was going to work and driving home, that because I like the idea of the work that I do being really important. I'm not sure if you get that, but when people are like, "Hey, I learned something," or "Hey, I showed someone this or that," and they change their mind on it, or someone has been more privy to information that you can do that gets me going. All right, that is great. The thing is, lots of people really like the controversy, and if it's not super controversial in the way that it's not a massive sort of like Watergate-y scandal, like a James Charles sort of massive thing between these massive figures who are pulling so many hundreds of millions of interactions. If it's something small, I remember because you probably have this too. You do like you'll have this dunk video, right, where you just like Hershey squirt dookie all over this person, and it's laughs and it's funs and it's memes, and maybe you get some like good points in there. And then there's something that's really targeted and specific and maybe more insular, but it's nonetheless still important, and that doesn't get the same sort of interaction. So I think one thing moving forward is to kind of merge those two together to be able to put through a decent amount of actual learning into and politics into the interspersing them with the comedy. Oh yeah, and I want to ask, do you have anybody that you pull from when you're making this sort of like commentary style videos?
Oh yeah. I'll answer that question in a second. I just want to acknowledge what you said before. Absolutely. I completely agree. You have to sort of mix informative and persuasive rhetoric in with comedy, because the comedy is what brings them in. You got to be funny when you do it, or at least entertaining in some way, but ideally funny.
Yeah.
And then for the question, who do I pull from? I would say I pull the most from Destiny. A lot of people say that like they think that I'm like a Vosh clone, or I pull a lot from Vosh. Anyone who says that probably hasn't been around for long, because believe it or not, I actually started doing politics before Vosh.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Vosh were both mutually inspired by Destiny. And yeah, I would say Destiny, for one, is the reason I'm sort of out of the reactionary stuff, as like I used to be.
Yeah.
And then just a lot of my some of my politics, not much anymore, obviously, but like some of my like political rhetoric definitely is inspired by Destiny. One thing that I think is really important is to own up to who you were inspired by, right?
Yeah.
Or own up to the fact that everybody who's a content creator was inspired by someone, right? Some content creator they watched before they started that made them into who they are now. I feel like everyone today who's a large YouTuber is like an amalgamation of the personalities of the YouTubers they watched when they were younger.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if you find yourself sometimes when you're talking and you just watch the video before you started making something, and then you start using their like cadence or something that they said, and you're like, oh no, it's happening. I'm changing in front of my very eyes. That because you pull a whole lot from people. I feel like way too many people are really So one thing, I call it streamer brain. Okay, when you just cannot admit that you're anything but perfect. It's really hard when you're just a normal person, but when you have so many people who already like look up to you or think that you're smart or big brain, owning up that you've said something wrong or done something wrong or you're not really sure about something can be really difficult, and it puts people in really bad positions with everybody, and then you kind of like dig a really big hole. I've done it a couple of times. I think everybody's probably done it. Hey,
Oh yeah.
wait, I'm sorry. Wait a second. Boo, please. He just wrapped his massive noggin around my headphone cable. Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
A dog?
Yeah, it's Boo. It's Boo Boo.
What kind of dog do you have?
It's the white one. He's a what is it? He's a pit bull husky mix. He's big stupid, but I love him. He's actually way too smart. That's the problem. I don't know if you ever had any dogs that are too smart for their own good, but he is definitely that. I grew him since he was like potato sized.
Oh. Yeah, my unfortunately my childhood dog who I've had for like since I was like 12. We got her, she was like a little red Pomeranian. We got her when she was maybe 8 or 9 years old. She just recently died. Uh, uh when she was like 8 or 9. I got her when I was 12. She died when like back right around New Year's.
Yes.
Like a month ago. I think she was probably close to 16, 17 years old.
Yeah,
maybe a bit older.
I am so sorry about that. I remember you talked about her. Her name was Ginger. Is that correct?
Yeah, Ginger.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know exactly what it's like to lose pets. I remember I had 2 dogs actually pass away. They got out of the fence and they got hit by a car. It was pretty bad. Back when we used to live on Fort Knox. So it never gets easier. But at the very least, hey, 16 years. That's a long run for a dog. That is a very long run.
Yeah, she was very stubborn. She was very stubborn when it came to staying alive, and I appreciate that. I loved her a lot.
Yeah, you got to get the ones that never give up. They'll love you forever.
Oh yeah. I'm just sad I couldn't. Well, I'm a mix of sad and happy I wasn't there, because it's like you feel bad because you wanted to be there for her, but at the same time, I feel you don't want to be there when it happens.
Yeah,
almost to avoid. Yeah. Enough of that sad topic though.
Okay.
But yeah, so streamer brain. I have the 2 worst parts of streamer brain, or a mix of like not having streamer brain and having it, but the worst parts. So for one, I get into that sort of like, because a lot of people praise me all the time because big YouTuber and all that, moderately large YouTuber, I get really full of myself, and I have a hard time admitting whenever I've done something wrong. And that's a mix of like, that's more so, I would say what plays into that the most is probably when you've done something wrong and you're expected to apologize or own up to it. It's really hard to do when you've got a lot of people like watching. It's really hard to admit that you fucked up when you've got a massive audience of people watching you, because then you have to admit you can be wrong, and that opens up weaknesses, being a large public figure, And then, but I don't have the like grandiosity part, like the big ego. That unfortunately I don't think I have. People accuse me of having it, but I really don't think I do, because I've got like a big case of imposter syndrome. I'm actually curious if you feel this as well. I'm curious about all YouTubers feeling it, where sometimes I don't feel like I deserve to be where I am now, because I think about myself and I'm just like, oh fuck, like, do I deserve to have as much success that I do right now? Like, do I even deserve to have like 100 viewers in my stream? Like, what? Like, I could be so much better at speaking. I'm only 21 years old. Like, is it bad for me to have this large of an audience? Like, it's something that I think about a lot, and it gets even worse. It becomes literal imposter syndrome when people keep calling me like a Vosh clone or something like that. That's always kind of shit.
Yeah, it can. I guess it can kind of dig. I really think that I process things differently than other people. For me, I really appreciate it when people say that they like my content, because that means I'm doing something good, right? If they weren't saying it, more likely than not they weren't it's not that good. I mean, I think even if you have like two faithful viewers, at least some of them are going to be like, oh, you make good content, and you there's someone out there, and if someone likes it, then there's more people out there who probably like it. I'm not sure if I have imposter syndrome. I just from anyone necessarily. I know I get the Vosh thing, but tacked onto that, they say I'm like Black Vosh. I'm not sure if you ever heard the story.
I've heard people call you that. I won't say any names, but I've heard people call you that.
Yeah, it's weird. So it started a long time ago actually. Back when it had less than 100 subs, like last year. And Atheism is Unstoppable made a 2-hour long video on me. Yeah, I made a video back when he said Ahmaud Arbery deserved to get shot, and he wasn't shot because of like what was it? What's the word? Oh no, I forgot the word. Stereotypes. But he got shot because black people commit crime, and maybe if he wasn't black and walking, he wouldn't have gotten shot. And that was actually his argument. And I was like, dude, this is horrible. And then he name searched, found my video, said called me Black Vosh several times, then called me racist, and then brigaded my entire channel. And that's Joe Lewis Black Vosh. Yeah, and then ever since then, Black Vosh kind of stuck. Some people say I sound like Vosh. For me, here's how I take it. I don't feel like I get like imposter syndrome. Like, oh no, I'm just like pretending to be this person. When I hear it, what I hear is, for one, nice job just boiling me down to my blackness, dipshit. And two, hey, Vosh is one thing, okay? And no matter what, you can't take this from these two people, Vosh or Destiny. No matter how many disagreements you have with them, there are these two things, right? Well, these two people are one thing, successful. And if I am reminding you of someone who is successful, that means I'm doing something right. As much as they want to call it like an insult or a dig or something, I'm doing something right if I remind you of someone who's successful. I mean, no matter what you want to be, I mean, if you're like, if you're like making art and someone compares you to like some like really famous artist, even if it's a little bit like a backhanded compliment, if even anything in their head reminds you of that person, you have something in you that can make you be successful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I actually really principally do not see any problem with imitating a creator that you like when you make your own content. I think it might be it's a little bit shameless if you literally rip everything.
Yeah, you make the same joke, same cadence, same just a rubber stamp.
Yeah, full on copying is like maybe pretty shameless, but if you're throwing in your own sort of aesthetic, your own takes, your own you mix some new stuff into it, then I don't see any issue with that. It's just a matter of I feel like a lot of it is a lot of the feeling, at least that I get, is from other people telling me this. And I know it's not true because I know the story behind me and Vosh have been friends since before I even saw any of his content whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
Before I watched a single one of his videos. But like a lot of people just tune in, they see, oh, there's a guy
white
sitting, white, true. Pepe laugh white. But like anybody really, to be fair, sitting at their computer, they've got a microphone, they respond to videos. They respond to videos and they talk about politics. Must be copying Vosh or must be copying Destiny because they're the two biggest politics streamers. So everyone like it or smaller,
not, like it or not, their shadow will touch all of us, and their like their emblem is on all of us, no matter what. So I think no matter what you do, you're gonna get it. I think if it's kind of just like bullying, right? If you say that it makes you feel bad, they're just gonna do it more. I think they're just kind of like bad people in that sense, just to make you feel bad. Because it seems like
sorry, I'll let you go.
Oh no, go ahead, go.
Oh, surprisingly, I don't usually get it that much from people that don't like me. I mean, I do, but that doesn't really bother me as much as like even my own fans or people in Vosh's community or my community will do it as well. And I'll tell them like, hey, I'm not, but they're doing it like ironically. They just don't realize that it does unironically kind of make me feel a little uncomfortable because I try really hard to distinguish myself from other creators in the same sort of area as me.
Yeah, me too, definitely. I think that's why I kind of moved towards having almost all of my content be lightly or heavily edited, because in this sort of field where we are, the only person who's really doing editing right now from who that I can think of off the top of my head would probably be like Growl, but it's not like the stream clips that are edited. He does like prepared content. Destiny, but he pays his editors to do that. So I'm the only person who's like, one of the only people out there who's like by hand, like putting like a video crafting in that way. And I feel like it gives me a different sort of feeling when it comes to the videos. You said you watched a couple. I'm not sure if you ever got that, but for me, I did want to stem a little bit away from that. Everybody's their own personality, so I think everybody's different. But when you can do something to make you different, and I think you getting more into like the sort of drama sort of vein of YouTube can make you feel even more different than you already are. If you can just like tack something else onto there that feels more original to the way you're doing it, I think that'd be great. But I think that's probably why I gravitated more towards that. And I think editing's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, editing can be fun. I actually just started quote editing my videos yesterday. I ended up when like I feel like my videos just going up as raw clips. I'm missing out on a lot of stuff I could be doing with my content to get more reach.
Yeah.
I ended up like writing a script for an outro to my videos. I used to just say them at the end of my segments, then hit the stop recording button, and then I just uploaded the raw clip that I recorded while I was doing the segment on stream to YouTube after making a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Now I stick it in Sony Vegas, added like a blur or sorry, a fade in to the beginning, then a fade out to the end, and then I play my pre-recorded outro saying like, "Hey, thanks for watching, subscribe, donate, blah blah blah." And I'm going live in 1 hour at the end as well. So people watch my video, and I'll upload it at 12, and then I say I'm going live in an hour, and then I go live at 1. So it actually helps bring more people to the stream. It's just a pain in the ass to sit there for like an hour or 2 hours while it edits this hour to 45-minute long clip.
Oh yeah.
To render it. Then I got to upload it. Then I got to make the thumbnail. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to upload every day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely feel that. I was up till 4 a.m. editing my philosopher video that I'm gonna have coming out sometime soon, and finishing up some other clips. And I was even late to work this morning working on some other clips editing, especially when you have like a really long video and it's just drag, cross dissolve, and then cut. There's the video. There's a little video that I pre-recorded. All right, now 40 minutes to render. How you can't get anything done like in between there? It's a lot.
What I really need to start doing now is I'm hoping that now that I have to render and edit my videos, well, edit in quotes. It's like I'm not actually cutting anything.
Yeah.
But now that I have to sit there while my videos render, I'm hoping that it'll make me better at speaking, and it'll help me shorten down my videos and like get to the point a lot faster than without doing so much going off topic and whatnot. I hope that helps.
Yeah, definitely. I know for me, it kind of helped me be a little bit more poignant. It helped with timing as well, because when you make your own timing, then you're like, it's harder to make your own timing in post. So if you can do it already, if you have that in your mind, like when you do like comedic timing, or when you're putting through like a giving through information when it comes to that timing, it could really help. So I think you should keep it going. That too, I'm gonna give you a little secret. Okay, this is what I've been kind of working on, and I think that I think it would be cool. I want to call it Shark Bites, and they're like 1 minute or like 2 minute long variations of other content. So they could be like the long format, and then there's like the Shark Bite, which would be 1 or 2 minutes long, that you could get the same point. And you can upload it other places like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, or just to the channel, or to like a Bite sort of channel, something along those lines. So I think that'd be great. I know Legal Eagle is doing that right now. That guy is pumping out so much content. I don't know if you've just been like vibing and then like it's just 15 Legal Eagle videos in a row. Yeah, that man, he's just I've never seen someone game the system so hard. But he's great. But yeah, absolutely, he's the shorts work, because right now, when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, they're doing their own little thing where they're trying to get into like TikTok's market. So they're trying to recommend short videos. I've never seen this before until the other day, where there's a little section where it's like recommended short videos, and then it was like 15 Legal Eagle videos in a row. But I think that'd be a great thing to be able to get into.
I need to get into TikTok.
Yeah, listen to your girlfriend.
Yeah, I've been meaning to. I got a new phone. I have no reason not to do it. One thing I've been meaning to do, like, oh, it's such a mad dash to get to 100K. So like right now, I don't have that much spare income. If I was making more, I would 100% do this. But like right now, I'm like, I can afford. This is my job. I go full time with streaming, but I don't have enough money left over to pay an editor. If I
Yeah.
could pay an editor, I would absolutely pay an editor generously to not only upload videos, make thumbnails and stuff for me, and manage my content, but to also edit up like smaller clip videos that would go up maybe once or twice a week. That would be like short clip compilations of the best moments from my like I don't know, last 3 streams. You know?
That would be really cool. Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. I don't. I mean, I'm way smaller than you, and I don't have the most amount of money to be throwing around right now. So I was like, maybe I should get an editor, but I don't have that kind of money right now. So I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with what I got. It's almost like when you have more money, your life just kind of gets easier. It's almost like
Yeah.
you spend when you don't have money, you spend a whole lot of your life hours doing things when you don't have the resources to make things efficient, huh?
Yeah. Eventually though, like that's one of the big things that oh god, I have so much respect for streamers that can go really hard with streaming and they deserve the extra success they get. You know about Demon Mama, right?
Yeah, I've spoken to
Yeah,
her before.
oh yeah, I'm so jealous of how long she can stream for. I don't know what it is about me, but like I guess I'm not really good at providing content internally. I need to get better at just keeping things moving on my own. But like for me, like I'm there to talk about what I'm there to talk about, or if I'm playing a game, I'm there to play the game until I get bored of it. And then, once I finish whatever topics I'm supposed to talk about, it's like, okay, what now?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it's
So
time to end stream, right? And what to talk about, right?
yeah, and then, that's missing out on, like, a lot more, engagement I could do with my viewers or possibly more donations, which would help me make money to improve the channel, so,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's something I need to work on. Maybe just as I stream more, I'll get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think, this is a bit of, like, a personal life detail.
Sure.
One of the things that I feel like is a bit debilitating for my channel or for my like online career is that I'm 21 years old. I have no public speaking experience. And as a matter of fact, since I was in what was it, 7th grade, I was homeschooled and
Mm-hmm.
I was very sheltered. My parents were well, they were abusive for one, but also extremely they were like what's the word, helicopter parents,
Yeah,
right?
helicopter
So
parents, tiger mom, stuff like that.
yeah, so especially through middle school and high school, I just didn't talk to a lot of people. I didn't go to many parties. I didn't have like I had my swim team and that was cool, but I didn't get a lot of like social interaction. I didn't go to college and I didn't take any public speaking classes or communications, anything like that. So all of my public speaking skills that I do have come from experience from just streaming, and I've only been doing it for like a couple years now. So I'm hoping this is just something I improve with as I do more, as I stream more, you know?
Yeah, definitely. If you have any friends around there, what I would recommend is like every once in a while, you just get up and then kind of just talk to them. For me, I'm a really talkative person. I always like to talk. I've always been the person who when the teacher was like, "All right, who wants to present?" I raised my hand. I'm like, "Yeah, I'd like to present because I'm good at it and I like it." So I've always enjoyed like the public speaking thing, but not everybody has the opportunity to do that. For me, when I'm on dates, the thing that I like the most is just sitting and talking. That for me, yeah. I think yeah, maybe with like time, that's just something that you're going to have to just kind of work on. Sometimes you just have to force yourself to sit there when you have the urge to get up. I know I feel that also. Yeah, thanks so much for the follow. I know when I feel like I need to get up. I have this like little thing, or maybe I'll keep like a sticky note in front of me that's like, okay, when you feel like that's not enough. My bad. When you feel like that's enough, that's when you know you have to keep going. Like when you're like, oh, okay, that's enough. That's it's time to stop. Oh, that's all I got. That's when you know you should keep going, because I think sometimes we have to learn that, because I'm almost the same way. I know when I started streaming, I'm almost the same way. Stream for like 3 hours or something, blow through all of my points, super serious, okay? No time in between, segment to segment to segment to segment, sometimes talking to people, and then boom, stream's over, editing the clips, making the thumbnails, that's it, I'm going to bed, all right, I beat my meat, okay, there you go, boom, easy peasy. Sometimes I think you have to learn how to just embrace nothing. You know, when you just walk into a stream, someone who's playing League, someone who's in just chatting, and there's no fucking chatting, okay? The chat is spamming and the streamer's just sitting there, but they're embracing, but something's beautiful about that, I think, and it's just embracing nothing. And I think there's something really, really beautiful about that's gonna have to take, you have to rewire yourself, because you feel, for me, I feel guilty when I'm just sitting there, right, doing nothing. I'm like, okay, nothing's happening, people are bored or something, but it's the culture with streaming is just different. I think some people just want people to just kind of be in the background. They just want a friend. It's like a mukbang, you know, when the sad lonely guy, he wakes up in the morning and he's eating his Cheerios, he doesn't want to feel alone, so he turns on Lily Pichu and she's eating cereal with him. You know, sometimes just people want things in the background.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. I'm the same way with how I watch content. It's just I think this is just something I have to actively think about. Is just like just talk about something. One thing that helped me a lot was when I got bigger, and the way that I do things is I have like 3 scheduled segments. I do the segments and I don't interrupt my segments unless somebody in the chat disagrees with me and says something dumb or ats me and it's like something that I should probably read. But that I leave all the donations and subs for after the segment, and then I read the donations and subs between segments. And I like to sort of pad out the stream by responding to the donations. I really like when someone donates and asks a question, especially if I can turn that question into a long story. Because if I just did my segments, my streams would be 2 hours long.
Yes.
I try to aim for around 4, maybe 5 even. So those segments, I guess as I get bigger, more people donate, more people will ask stories with their donations or subs, and I can be like, oh, well, here's a nice long story. It'll help pad things out.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And just kind of bouncing off of chat, and then I don't know, doing a couple of bits by yourself, with nothing else on the screen. Maybe just scrolling through Twitter and just showing them some stupid stuff and having them just throw stuff at you. When it comes to those bigger streamers, maybe like Hassan too, he can just kind of sit there and people just throw stuff at him. I don't even think he has to go in with like a certain topic in mind. He just sits down and people just start spamming links, and that's the stream. And it's like disjointed, but it's what they're getting is like the personality. And I would think that lots of people would like to watch you for you, right? Your personality, not necessarily always the content. We'd like to give them like the content and everything through there, but they really like you. And also my good friend Sanso, I want to say the same thing too, that I mean, for someone who's homeschooled, let me tell you, you're doing pretty good for yourself when it comes to public speaking, when you just got your parents and your dog for most of the time. I think you've come a long way. Absolutely. I just say that because I mean, I have no clue what you were like as a kid, but you know what? You're doing well. I wouldn't expect that you were homeschooled, honestly. From how you're being talking now, so I think that you've come a long way, and all of us can improve. But I think you're doing great, honestly.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess like I'm not as bad with social situations and speaking as like as wait, someone just said Vosh just got unbanned. Did Vosh get unbanned from Twitter?
No
Wait,
way.
really?
Wait, Twitter?
No. Or not Twitter, Twitch?
You're
No
lying to
way.
me. Table Knife, if you lied to me, you're banned. Table Knife, you're banned.
No.
He hasn't tweeted in like 24 hours. You're banned. Okay? Can we ban Table Knife? No, we love Table Knife. Don't actually.
I don't see anything.
I remind you of Lance. Is that just because I'm black?
Wait, is Lance black? No, he's pretty white. No, I don't know what Table Knife is referring to because I'm not saying anything about Vosh on Twitter.
Yeah,
Vosh hasn't
me
tweeted.
either.
Huh. Well, I would like if he was unbanned. Wait, is that wait, really?
Is that Vosh?
That's Vosh's Twitch. It's unbanned.
Is it? Is it his real Twitch?
Yeah, that's his Twitch.
What the heck? No way.
That's his old Twitch.
Whoa! Oh my god.
Wait, really? Hold on. No fucking way. No way.
Big news.
Hold on, I'm DMing him right now.
Yeah, you got a direct line. No videos found. Huh? Interesting. Here, actually, this may just be an elaborate meme from
No,
Table Knife.
I think his Twitch was Vosh Vidya. That was the name of the Twitch when I first watched his very first stream. I don't know if he switched it to Vosh, but I remember it being Vosh Vidya when I watched him for the first time, and the follower count makes sense.
Visit Vosh video.
I don't know. Wait, what's the
When did he
wait,
get
I'm hold
banned?
on. He got banned back in April of 2019.
Well,
What's
that's
the
it's very interesting because this Twitch tracker, it says he stopped in April 2019.
Oh yeah, and then there's White Nervosa, Conyer, and Galley's suggested streamers as well there, which makes
Popular
sense.
clips. Wait, no, yeah, the clips are here too. Wait, no, yeah, this is him. He's unbanned.
Yeah.
Hey, can we ban Table Knife real quick for derailing my my talk with Xanderhal? But no, yeah, they really thanks for that.
Hold on, I'm making an announcement. Hold on, I'm making an announcement on my Twitter.
Please. That's wild. You're gonna debate Bosch? Yeah, we're all gonna debate Bosch. Yeah, 2021 starting off with a bang. Except for AOC almost being murdered. Besides that, it's going pretty cool. You smell the Hassan and Vosh content? Oh no, it's too powerful.
Holy shit. Dude, that's awesome. Vosh can actually appear on Twitch streams now. That's gonna be whew.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's about time. I wonder what happened. Like if it was just like eventually they put some arbitrary number like time count for his ban in there, and then they just said, all right, or if like someone behind the scenes that he's been talking to did it. I DM'd him on Twitter. He should get back to me pretty soon. We'll find out if he knows.
It seems like Soros decided to let his grasp go over Vosh's Twitter account. Hey, you want to talk about Israel real quick?
Yeah, all right. Someone's got to take his place.
No,
here we go. You ready to be a YouTube streamer?
Oh no!
All right, there we go. I always remember. What was it? What was it? I think it was 4/16. I know it was the 16th. I think it was like 4/16 was the meme. It was what? What, Lonnie?
It was 4/16.
It was 4/16? Okay, yeah. Sorry, Lonnie. I could hear Lonnie from the other room saying it, but 4/16. Yep, no longer a good meme because now Vosh is back. Well, hey, that's some good news. Look at that. That was a great thing to celebrate.
Hey, he only has 4,000 followers. I think I can kind of reach out to him. You know, get a
he's a small streamer, very small streamer.
I just heard of this new small streamer. His name is Vosh Vidya. We're gonna have a talk with him real quick.
I wonder if the name Vosh is taken on Twitch though, and he's stuck without that name. No, it's not. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think it is.
I thought someone would take it by now as like a meme.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Vouch is a woman's name. Now that's a good take. Wait, what do you think about Destiny's take about because you're closer to Destiny than I am. What do you think about his take about shooting people who steal your Cheerios?
I haven't seen it. The thing about Destiny is okay, so the thing about Destiny, and you have to remember this before you call him out on Twitter or on video or anything like that, is that he'll say something extremely hyperbolic, and then like if you go onto his stream or you debate him about it, he's much better at explaining it one-on-one, and he'll like elaborate on it in a way that's like a lot more logical or reasonable than you would expect, than what you're prepared for.
Yeah.
That's something you have to keep in mind. So I don't know, like I haven't heard exactly what he said, but I am aware of what Destiny's opinion is when it comes to protecting your property or self-defense. I think if I were to guess, Destiny's take is probably that there are scenarios in which someone can be attempting to take something from you that's not really that like valuable or whatever, and then logically speaking, you could probably feel as though your life is in danger. There is some justification for why you should be able to use lethal force to protect that thing, right? Like if somebody breaks into your house to steal your bike, if you have a gun, I mean, who knows what they could if they're in your house? Like what the fuck? Like I mean, they may just be there for a bike, but logically speaking, you would probably
Yeah, they saw you with a
reasonably
really
be able
sick
to.
BMX bike the other day. They just wanted to take it for a spin.
Yeah, but you don't know, right? You don't know if they could kill you, hurt you. They
Yeah.
could be there to take
Mhm.
your stuff. Yeah, and then obviously, like if there's people who are really hardcore leftists that believe that lives never matter less than property, who would say it's not okay to shoot someone if they're like burning down your business. I agree with Destiny on the burning down business thing because if we're being honest, like if let's say you're like a shop owner, like a family shop owner, and someone's burning down your shop where you make all of your money, I feel like that right there is your career. That is how you feed your kids, your family. You pay for your home. In some cases, with some little, like, I don't know where you live, but in some places that I've lived, like, there'll be shops. And then above the shop is where the family that runs the shop lives. There's like a
Yeah.
little apartment above it. Like, if someone burns that down or destroys that or, like,
Your whole home's going.
fucks, yeah, like that's basically your life. So I feel you can defend that with lethal force if you want to or need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think okay, so the last like hypothetical he went through with Big Joel was if you're at work and you have your gun on you and you're walking back from your garbage job of being inside the Amazon robot cage and you see a dude breaking into your car to steal your Walkman and then run away, can you shoot them? And Destiny said he thinks it's a bad idea, that you shouldn't be able to shoot them for the Walkman. But I'll let you, before you like try and do anything on that, I'll let you watch that by yourself. But for me, I I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a really good idea to just kind of like shoot people just for property if your life is not in danger whatsoever, or you're even like your livelihood is not in danger whatsoever. But you said you haven't watched it, so I don't want to pin you down on anything. All right, and I can get you here to get you in trouble with Des Tiny.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I guess I mean I can give like a bit of my take on it. I think when we come to situations involving like protecting your property with lethal force, there's three ways to go about it. There's the logical, like what is best to do logically, what is best to do morally, and what is best to do emotionally.
Yeah,
So when we talk about how someone feels emotionally, you're talking about like in the moment, is it like reasonable that they may have some sort of emotion that pushes them to act with lethal force against the person doing some wrong to them, and is it a reasonable thing to do, like from an emotional standpoint?
yeah,
And then there's like the logical one, the hyper logical one, where it's like, well, okay, listen, if we make it societally acceptable to pull out your fucking gun and cap somebody who's trying to steal your Walkman from your car when you're in no physical danger, it's very obvious you're not in some physical danger. A dude literally just reached into your car, maybe broke the window, picked the lock, I don't know, took your thing and is going to run away. It's probably not logically good to shoot them, and it's definitely not logically good to normalize a society in which you can literally kill someone for that, right? And then you
yeah,
have like the moral argument, which is like, well, if someone's stealing something from you, ideally under most people's moral systems, what they're stealing from you, the way you react to that should be equivalent or on some level in the same zip code at least. Your retaliation should be on that level. If they're stealing a Walkman, then you should probably just call the cops on them. If they're
yeah.
coming in to steal your life savings, well, at that point, it's probably reasonable to pull out a fucking gun and shoot them because they're trying to
Yeah.
steal your life savings, and that might be it for you.
Oh wow, yeah. Vermin came out saying he got an email saying he's unbanned. Well, I guess
Nice.
2021 is the year of the Twitch Vosh. Wow, that's
Or
incredible.
I don't think he'll stream on Twitch. He might dual stream, but I think what he's going to do is stay off of Twitch because he doesn't want to risk getting banned again and
Yeah.
just keep streaming on YouTube, but then use this as an opportunity to appear on Twitch streams. I think that's
Yeah, I
what he
know
plans to do.
he said he definitely wants to be on panels, right? So I guess this is
Yeah,
time. I know fucking Dylan Burns is dripping right
gonna be
now.
really happy. Yeah,
Very
he's nice and
excited about that.
yeah, he's soaking. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be interesting. I'd like to see Vosh and Hassan talk. I haven't seen them speak since Vosh was Irish laddie, and he was on Destiny's stream. And I remember like because I did not know who Vosh was, never spoke to him. He hadn't even started streaming it at this point, I don't think.
Yeah.
But like he was talking to Destiny and Hassan on Destiny's stream, and somebody I think he'd heard that I remember seeing this and knowing how cringe it was. I think it was in one of Destiny's videos. I didn't watch it live. Vosh had heard that XQC was homophobic, and said that XQC was homophobic in that like stream, and then XQC joined the call, and it was the most awkward moment ever because like yeah. God, I think that was probably one of the first times I'd ever seen anything of Vosh, and I
Yeah.
didn't make that connection until Vosh retold the story, and I was like, "Wait, that was Irish Laddie. That was so cringe."
Oh, I don't think I was. I don't think I was there back. Well, I don't think I remember that in particular. But that sounds funny to go back to. I mean, if all the clips are still around, which they should be, oh, we can do it. Wow. I didn't think he'd get. I didn't think he'd get unbanned. This is It's a new day. It's a new day for all of
Yeah,
us.
I thought he
Absolutely.
was done. I thought this was. I was like, no, Twitch has to go under, and all these streamers have to move to YouTube or some other platform
Yeah.
for Vosh to be able to talk to these people.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's awesome. I'm happy.
Yeah,
Happy for him.
that's great. Wow. It's a new day. Um, I just lost my train of thought. No, it's all gone. I don't know if this happens to you if you're just like talking and then you have something and just poof.
Oh no, it does. Especially when I look at chat. I guess. How do you feel about the 9 foot tall big booby vampire lady?
Ooh, step on me, vampire mommy. That's great.
True.
I love that. I'm not for like the sub shit, but I mean it's all the memes are super funny. Anyways, how her boobs are like the size of Walmart watermelons, and she just picks you up like a newborn puppy. I think people. All I know is Japan knows what they're doing. Capcom knew exactly what they were doing when they made this game. So I think I mean I've never played a Resident Evil game. My repertoire when it comes to games that I've played is pretty limited. The same with like music that I've ever listened to. So I've never played a Resident Evil game. I mean, if this is my start to jump into it, I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
What do you
Listen,
think?
Sansol, you just need to look up 9 foot tall big booby big milker vampire lady, and it'll come up. Okay.
Yeah, Resident Evil, big vampire mommy, Dommy
Yeah.
mommy.
Yeah, that'll come up. You should play Resident Evil 7. That's the one that comes before the one that's going to come out with
Yeah.
big mommy vampire milkers,
Mhm.
and it's a really good game. It's really really good. You don't need to know anything about Resident Evil to play it. It was basically a soft reboot of the series. It's definitely worth it to pick up. I think it was on sale recently too. Um, but I'm also not into the sub stuff. However, I think Chris Raygun said it best. Okay, what is more masculine? Dominating a girl who's like half your height, or conquering a fucking colossus?
Yeah, it's like climbing the Himalayas.
Yeah, it's like climbing a mountain.
Yeah,
You know,
honestly, you
It's
gotta
the
reach
most
the peak.
That's as masculine as it gets.
It's like bull riding, honestly. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta win. Oh yeah, but
It works. Thanks. Have a good wank, my friend.
hey, let's go. That goes right into the spank bank.
I'm just excited for the Rule 34 artists to get their hands on the character model. Let me just say, when that happens, I'm not leaving my room for a couple of days.
Oh no, those 3D X videos animations are gonna be fire.
Yep.
But I was thinking about maybe reaching out to Vosh sometime. I did want to speak to him in particular about what's going on in Louisville. Since I live in Kentucky, I went to a BLM protest, and I was keeping up with a lot of the stuff that's going on up in Louisville. So I wanted to. I think that'd be great to talk about, because people. I'm not gonna say they forgot about Breonna Taylor, but it's not in the news cycle anymore, and there's been lots of revelations when it comes to the last thing people talked about specifically was like the grand jury. There's lots of stuff that transpired since then. Daniel Cameron, the new Trump simp, conservative, like Republican general, is just a complete ghoul. He's a really really bad person actually, and he basically let all of the guys get away, and he's even like trying to reward the guys who got fired, because these guys who raided Breonna Taylor's house, right? So they were arrested for get this, okay, not holding up to the department's truthfulness standards when it comes to securing warrants, blindly firing into the apartment, they use the word in quotation marks, blindly firing into the apartment, and not identifying yourself as police. That, and Daniel Cameron didn't reveal to the what are they called, the grand jury, that they could bring up charges that he didn't bring himself. So he didn't even bring murder or manslaughter to them, and he's like, see, look, they acquitted them of manslaughter, and then didn't tell them that they could bring it up themselves, and then just kind of walked it back and said that it's not his problem, and tough shit. Basically, he's a horrible, awful person. That and the manic rant that one of the guys who shot Breonna Taylor went on afterwards. His like he was like he literally wrote a pro cop Dr. Seuss sort of fucking rhyme.
I saw that.
Yeah, the dude's insane. I don't get it. Like, we live in a timeline where the heroes are demonized and the crime doers are canonized. Like, holy shit, go outside. Actually, don't go outside, especially if you have a gun.
Okay. Yeah, the best response to that is, okay, Joker, go touch some grass.
Yeah, honestly, dude, Kentucky is an absolute mess right now. And I'd love to be able to talk to some more people about that, because not too many people are talking about it. Nobody really cares about Kentucky that much, and I don't either, even though I live here. But it's still an important topic.
Yeah, no, oh my God, it's so hard to keep up with everything going on. I think I just yesterday covered the story that happened in Rochester, I think, where that 9-year-old girl got fucking brutalized and pepper sprayed by the cops while she was having what was clearly a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, this shit's happening constantly, and it's really easy for the media focus to drift away from what happened last month or last week most of the time, because these things happen like a chain of events, even when they don't get any media coverage. And so, like, first it's George Floyd, and then a couple weeks later, Breonna Taylor is killed. Now it's Breonna Taylor. And then it just keeps on going on. We end up forgetting, what happened 6 months ago, and people's attention has to move because it's almost it's a genius strategy by the cops, because if they just keep killing or brutalizing innocent, unarmed Black people, then they don't get held responsible for what happened previously, because the media focus moves on to the next person.
And if you mix in some white people and Asian people in there, then you're golden. You're golden, basically.
Yeah, they can make the excuse that it's not racism.
Listen, we brutalize everyone.
We hate everyone equally.
Equally. Yeah. They're unironically the people who wear the shirts that are like "No Lives Matter." That's fucking.
I've seen those fucking people. There was oh God. When I was in high school, so I was homeschooled, but I swam for the swim team of the school that I went to, or that I was like zoned for, not went to. So like every day after I did my work for like 2 hours, I swam, and there was this kid on my swim team who unironically had a Punisher shirt that said "No Lives Matter." And at the time I was like a chud, so I didn't care or anything. But I remember that, and now it's like, fuck, I wish I was a leftist, and I wish I was even half as competent at arguing as I am now, because I would have fucking blown that kid out. That kid had no idea what he was talking about when he talked about politics. I think I remember hearing him say one time that white people get harmed by the cops more than Black people do. And he brought up the raw numbers. If I was there, I would just argue, yeah, because there's more white people. We're talking about per capita when we acknowledge something being a problem. I wish I was a leftist back then.
Oh yeah, that's true. Jeff Bezos steps down. Vosh gets unbanned. Coincidence? I think not. It's his appeal is accepted. It means
That's
something.
A day after, I think, right? When did Bezos step down?
I think it wasn't. If it was not today, it was yesterday. Yeah, he stepped down and Vosh is back. Really says something. His death grip over Amazon.
Yeah, it's true. Oh,
2 days ago? Okay.
Yeah, so Vosh definitely knows. He liked my tweet about it.
Hey.
Yep, we got rid of Bezos. The dark ages are finally over.
Into the light.
To be fair, there's this dude that runs Twitch, and he's extremely incompetent. He has no idea what he's doing with the platform. I forget
Sounds
what his
like
name
Twitch.
is. Twitch CEO. Well, Twitch was better before this guy. Emmett Shear. The guy's name is Emmett Shear. The guy has no clue what he is doing. If you want to see, probably this is on par, if not worse, than the dedicated Wham video from Minecon. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
um, if you want to watch like the virtual TwitchCon that happened a few months ago for 2020, watching Emmett Shear on stage trying to talk about Twitch and like what the people want while clearly ignoring everything that streamers have been calling for years now, it might be like some of the most uncomfortable secondhand cringe you've ever experienced.
Oh my
The guy.
gosh. I guess we'll have to dive into that sometime. That's amazing. But no, like incompetency sounds like something right up Twitch's alley. I'm not gonna lie. Even not like being here too long and mostly being a lurker before I did anything. It seems like they're not necessarily the best at what they do a lot of the times. Seems like people really hate the Twitch admins, really hate how Twitch is run, and I can definitely agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Right now, like I would be streaming on Twitch if it weren't for a few things. Probably the biggest thing is just the fact that because I want to grow my main audience on YouTube and the way you
mhm,
bring people over is from YouTube videos,
mhm.
having like that extra hurdle to jump of coming to a completely different website massively lowers the amount of people that are going to come watch you live.
Yeah, even if
It
it's a
really
couple of clicks, some people won't even do that.
they won't bother. Like, why would they? They would just come watch it on you, like just watch the clips on YouTube. On top of that, there's Twitch's new policy when discussing terrorism. And unfortunately, when you're a political streamer, part of your job is to discuss terrorism on the right. And just generally, the way they do their TOS, it feels really scary. Like when I covered the Rochester thing yesterday, I don't know if I could have shown that video on Twitch, the video of the 9-year-old girl getting pepper sprayed, and I feel like it's important to be able to show that video to display my point, right?
Oh yeah,
Just
definitely.
how clearly the cops were like, fucking up in that situation. So I don't know. I feel like I'm sorry. I just looked over at the Wikipedia page for Emmett Shear, and for wife, they have Jessica Blevins listed. They made the CEO of Twitch's wife, Ninja's wife.
Yeah, let's go. The
Fuckers on,
cookening.
yeah, some people on Wikipedia. That's actually really
This
funny.
is why you don't use it
Um,
as a source, people. Or maybe that it's the real source. It's just the reality people don't want to accept.
Yeah, but yeah, like with Twitch, that's something that's really worrying. Like, what happens when the next Christchurch happens and this like white boy Nazi school shooter uploads their manifesto on the internet, and I
Yeah.
want to read it on stream to go over it,
Hmm.
like I did with like the Christchurch shooting and the El Paso shooting and stuff like that.
Nope.
I don't want to just get axed for doing that. That's really scary. YouTube, it has its problems, but it feels a lot more stable and safe than Twitch does in that department.
Oh yeah, it's way more safe. I keep saying it. If YouTube had the same sort of stream interaction that Twitch did, I feel like Twitch would just be non-existent. There'd be no point for it because it's just with the sort of like video elements that YouTube's been refining. If they can just get their streaming to be equally as
Oh
good, if you were able to raid someone on YouTube, oh dude, that wouldn't
yeah.
even I don't even understand why I would even be on Twitch.
I'm
But
telling you, YouTube is just a few changes away from completely having a complete monopoly on video streaming as well as live streaming. They're so close. Big streamers are already coming over to YouTube because of the changes to Twitch and their DMCA system. I think there's one YouTuber who I really like, and you should watch just because anyone who's a streamer should watch this YouTuber, even if you're doing politics, because his advice all the way around applies, and that's his name on YouTube is Alpha Gaming. He goes by Harris Heller in real life. He does videos specifically um, like advice for streamers, and it's actually good advice. It's not like,
mhm,
oh yeah, it's really good advice. I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for his videos. Like I followed a lot of his advice, and it's everything from like tech recommendations for improving your like stream quality
yeah.
to just advice for growing.
Mhm.
I highly recommend you check out this channel. There's some really good videos. Um,
Oh yeah,
and
I'll
what
definitely have to check that out.
yeah, one of the biggest things he's fighting against right now is the broken DMCA system. And what he's done is he's made the most popular copyright-free playlist out there. It's called Stream Beats. It's actually really good. I use it a
Oh
lot.
yeah, I remember you talked about that. It was this guy.
Yeah, he's the one that made Stream Beats. He's a musician as well as like a YouTuber guy. He Yeah, there's the channel for Stream Beats. You can see it there in the channels area. But yeah, he makes good music. And what he's working on right now is trying to set up a system with Twitch and YouTube where streamers and content creators can license music so that for like a small fee or
Mhm.
like subscription fee, like maybe like if you have Spotify, you get a Spotify broadcasting license. And that means that as long as you have your Spotify connected to your YouTube or Twitch, you can play copyrighted music. But since you have a license through Spotify, you can't get DMCA'd for playing the music.
That
That's what
would
he's
be
working on getting past right
so
now,
good.
like legally.
So, because if I could, because like yeah, because if we like stream it, we could go to federal prison. Thank you, fucking North Carolina. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, if I could be bumping some Post Malone when I start stream, that's exactly what I'd be doing every single day, every day.
Oh yeah. I really do. I really do miss being able to see copyrighted music on streams because I mean, like Stream Beats is good. The non-royalty free, the royalty free music is good, but like
You miss the
if
top 100 sometimes.
yeah, it's just sometimes you want to listen to like I want to be able to listen to Gorillas on stream or something, right?
Hmm.
Can't do that. I'll get fucking claimed, maybe even striked. Not often, but maybe.
If they don't like you,
And
if they're having a bad day.
yeah, if you get really unlucky, it's happened before. I've got DMCA striked on my channel a couple times. But one thing that um I think YouTube just needs to do is just have like a solid streaming thing. What I think YouTube should do is when you go to someone's web page or someone's like YouTube page, you've got like their uploads, and then if they are live streaming at the very top of their automatically at the very top of their YouTube page, it'll have their live stream. That'll always be at the very top. And you click on their live stream, and it looks just like Twitch, where other streamers, because you're basically in the streaming section part of YouTube now.
Yeah.
Get rid of recommended videos here. One of the big things that cripples YouTube streams is the fact, ableist word, sorry. One of the big things that hurts YouTube streamers is the fact that when you're streaming on YouTube, unless they're in like theater mode, you've got a bunch of recommended videos on the side, and streams always have down moments where people are very tempted to click off of the stream to
Yeah.
watch a video on the side that might be more entertaining in the here and now, right? Really hurts viewer retention on YouTube. Twitch has a similar thing with the other streamers that pop up on the left, but if you're enjoying a streamer and there's just a down moment, you're more likely to just wait for something to happen again than to click on a whole nother streamer, possibly even have to watch an ad. You don't know if they're doing something you're interested in, all that. So I think YouTube just needs to have like a tab where whenever you like click over to a YouTube stream, you're now on the streaming part. And you can flip back over to YouTube, but in the meantime, you're in basically YouTube's version of Twitch with the chat, the other channels you're sub to showing up on the side as being live with the viewer count and everything. I feel like that's all they really need to do besides adding rating and whatnot. And I feel like YouTube would take over the streaming medium as well.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be more of a problem if Twitch was still independent, but now that it's owned by Amazon, it's now just two giant it's like a solo lane, just two massive tanky dipshits slapping each other with no with no like big change for the people everywhere else. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
I think YouTube will take the first step to making their platform better.
maybe, yeah, because Twitch is pretty kind of like incompetent with a lot of the stuff that they're doing, and like I think that they're losing some goodwill. I mean, I kind of like the idea of Twitch being a little bit more strict than YouTube is sometimes, but in some like very specific ways. I do like the idea. Well, now on YouTube you can't do it either, but like I really liked how Molyneux got banned for advocating for white supremacy and shit. How they're actually like noticing nuance in arguments, so you can't do like in my the real like shitlords can't do in Minecraft and actually get away with it. Even if it leaves us with like less memes, I would really like them to be banned or at least have to stop what they're doing to be able to continue. So yeah, that's it. I guess it's just like a give and take when it comes there, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think because there's one thing that I don't know if YouTube can get over Twitch unless they make like a big change to the way their platform works. I don't know if you feel this too, but Twitch feels like cozy is the only way I can describe it. There's something about Twitch that just feels so cozy compared to YouTube. With YouTube, it feels like you're sitting in a chair in like a big open like shopping mall. That's how I
Yeah,
feel
kind
when
of.
I
Yeah,
stream on YouTube. When I stream on Twitch, I feel like I'm in my room and I got like a nice blanket wrapped around me and I'm chilling with everybody.
you got like a
That's how
nice
Twitch
weighted
feels.
blanket. You're drinking some chalky milk, and you're just hanging out with
Yeah,
your people, right? I think it's
yeah, it's
kind
how
of
Twitch feels to me. But
I think
YouTube's
it's
just
kind of because Twitch is so it's optimized to do one thing, which is just stream and optimize interaction between the streamer and chat, and that's it, right? YouTube seems more like businessy for like MSNBC or CNN to just like do endless streams, so, you know, like that. But they're not made to actually facilitate the sort of interaction that streams would really like. That and they've been at it longer. And in the culture, like Twitch is way smaller than YouTube, way orders of magnitude smaller than YouTube is. So you get a lot of very fast moving, but also a sort of culture on Twitch that you don't get anywhere else. And maybe that could play into it too. But yeah, I feel you there.
you know. Yeah, I think YouTube to get the culture that Twitch has. Oh god, this takes a lot of changes on the technical side of YouTube, and I feel like the streamers will come to YouTube if YouTube becomes a better platform than Twitch.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, probably. It's just gonna probably take time when it comes to that. But it was really great being able to talk to you. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm far more of a smaller streamer than you, so I mean it really is an honor to have you on and be able to take a little bit of your time out of your day to spend some time even off stream. That's a really big thing. I didn't expect that.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, no, I enjoy your content a lot. I think personally, you're probably going to get really big, especially if you follow like the advice from the Harris Heller videos. Like that's a good channel for streaming advice. Like take like there's a few things that talks about how to do that will in a couple days of doing that will like make your channel quite a bit bigger and more recognizable. Yeah, so I expect you to get pretty big, and I got high hopes for your channel.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and you as well. You make great content. I'm happy to make you an acquaintance. I hope that we could talk sometime in the future. And also, hey, listen, if I can get on one of those Among Us games, I appreciate it. That'd be fun.
I will vouch for you. Next Among Us game, I'll be like, hey, there's a lefty Twitch streamer. I will go ahead and I'll add you to it. I'll get you in there. Trust me.
Please, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right. Thank you, bud. I hope you take care. I hope you feel better after your workout as well. Treat Lonnie well, okay? We love her here, and take care of yourself, okay?
Yeah, Lonnie just made me tendies, so I'm very happy with her
Oh,
right
I guess
now.
she's taking care of you, huh?
Yeah, I'll let her sleep in the bed with me tonight as long as she doesn't.
Hey,
As long as she doesn't try to have sex with me again, we should be okay.
dude,
I'm a full
yikes.
sell. I'm just kidding now. No, I love Lonnie. Yeah, she's the one that actually showed me your channel. So yeah, I really like your stuff.
Thank you so much. Take care, okay? Sleep well.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
Thank you.
See ya.